Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. You are in the right place if you are looking for anything low carb diet related. Today's video is actually going to be a two-parter. I thought it would be fun to kind of go over the very basics of starting a low carb diet. A couple tips, just like what you guys can do to get yourself started. If you've kind of fell off the wagon, which I know all too well, I'm gonna give you some tips about how to get back on track, and just kind of hone in and focus on the low carb lifestyle again. The second part is gonna be just a quick little tour of my spooky house. So for Halloween, I like to decorate with everything spooky. In my dining room, I do like the pumpkins and the leaves and stuff like that. But in my living room, I like to do everything spooky. So I'm gonna show you guys that at the end of this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you like seeing stuff that's like low carb, and then also like a little bit to do with my life, whether it be like my decorations, my dogs, my house, things like that, let me know if you guys like those kind of videos, and make sure to give me a thumbs up, and then I will show you guys more of that. If there's anything that you'd like me to go over in future videos, leave it in the comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. I've gotten quite a few subscribers lately, which is why I kind of wanted to do this like back to basics, low carb, getting started video. So thank you guys for joining me. And with all of that being said, get it out of the way. We're going to start off on some tips on how to get started on low carb, or to kick your butt back into gear if you've fallen off the wagon. Okay, so my first tip is going to be, if you're brand new to the low carb lifestyle, grab a book or research online, get yourself familiar with why you're eating that way, what foods are good for the diet, and how it's going to benefit you, and if it's right for you. Because there's so many different diets out there, it's hard to know what's right for you. Like I've said in previous videos, this diet just clicked for me. It just worked. So that's why I picked up the book, The 100. I'm not getting sponsored by them or anything. The 100 book is definitely the best resource. It just explains everything so well, and then there's the menus in the back. So I'd highly recommend picking up that book. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it as an ebook, I think, for under $10 right now. So definitely check that out. But the bottom line to my first tip is do your research and get yourself familiar with the lifestyle, the diet in general. Okay, my second tip. This is going to be hard for some people, but you're going to need to go through all of your food, your fridge, your pantry, your candy drawer, wherever you keep your junk food or your food in general, and just go through it and get rid of anything that is going to tempt you to get off track. If you've got Doritos, if you've got candy, get rid of it, get it out of your house. If you know you can't be trusted with it, definitely get it out. And I know that's hard for some people to throw away food. So if it's not expired and it's still good, if it's unopened, donate it. That's like one of the best things you can do. Or see if any of your friends and family want it. And then the third thing you can do is bring it to work. That's what I like to do. If you ever need to get rid of something, you know, bring it to work. Or I send it to my husband's work. I just send it with Jay. And I'm like, take this into work and see if anybody wants it. So that's a great way. You don't have to throw it away necessarily, but gift it. Get it out of your house, because in the end it will benefit you. Because I know that if my pantry is clean, my fridge is clean, and I have nothing to tempt me except good, healthy, low carb foods, I'm gonna stay on track. My third tip, once you start low carb, whether you're getting back on the wagon or you're starting fresh and never done it before, stick to it. Don't do it for a day. And then we'll get to that in a second, because that's gonna be my next tip, because you are gonna feel a little off first couple of days you start this, because you're depriving your body of carbs and sugar that you've probably, you know, filled your body with for however long you've been eating that way. So you're gonna want to stick to it. Give yourself a goal of 2 weeks, I would say, where you say to yourself, all right, I'm gonna try this, make up a meal plan. In the George Cruise book, it's amazing because the meal plan's already made for you. But I would sit down and do breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 snacks, and then have that set and say, I'm not going to deviate from this for 2 weeks. Then you will know how your body reacts to it, if you can do it, if you like it. But I would definitely stick to it for at least 2 weeks. So whatever you do, make yourself a promise that you're going to stick to it for 2 weeks and just see where you're at after those 2 weeks. That being said, remember, when you first start back on low carb, or when you start on low carb for the first time, depending on how many carbs and sugars you've been having, and you're probably going to get sick. And by that, for me at least, it just makes you feel like you're run down, you have the flu, and all that is your body detoxing from the sugar and the carbs. So it can actually get pretty bad. I know some people who feel like really, really sick and like just, to me, the best way to describe it is the flu. You feel tired, you feel like you have a headache, you feel, I don't know, you might feel like you even have a fever. Like, it's totally normal. For me, it lasts 2 days where it's bad. First day isn't bad. Second day is really bad. Third day is not so bad again. And by the fourth day, I've detoxed and I feel amazing. So just keep that in mind when you are getting back into it. It can make it extremely difficult sometimes to stick to it, which goes back to my last point. But do it anyway, because in the end, once you've detoxed that out of your body, you're gonna feel better and your body's gonna start burning your burning fat faster. So anyway, just remember, stick to it, and also know that you might feel a little bit off or a little sick, and that's normal. So if you're not going to follow the George Cruise 100 diet plan, or if you don't want to go that route, I would suggest getting an app on your phone or your tablet and putting all your food in there that you eat throughout the day and keeping track of what you are eating. Because a lot of times you think you're doing good, but then you're not when you add up every single little thing that you've eaten all day. So what I suggest is when you make your meal plan and then you execute it, write down everything you eat and then either input it in the app or input it in the app throughout your day. I think that's the best way to do it. My favorite app to use is MyFitnessPal. It's free if you don't want to upgrade to the premium one. I use the free version and I love it. You can search for foods. You can actually use your phone and scan the barcode on food that you have in your fridge or your pantry, and it will already know what it is and it'll input it, and you can put how much of it you ate. So I think that's definitely a great resource, and definitely recommend that, because then you'll know where you're at in your day. It's easy as that. And when you can keep track of what you've been eating, and you kind of like, I think when I like get a little bit obsessive with something like my diet, and I like input all the food I'm eating, and I'm really like watching what I'm eating, and I'm weighing myself, and I'm seeing the progress that I'm making, I think that really motivates me. So if you can stick to it and you can download an app, clean out your pantry, get going, start fresh, and be like, I'm gonna stick with this for 2 weeks and then we'll see where we're at, I think you are going to be, building a recipe for success, especially with low carb, or really with any new lifestyle that you're trying. I think everybody needs to give it some time, needs to realize that your body's gonna have to adjust to it. So now that we've done the low carb portion of this video, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what my house looks like. Hope you guys like it. Alright guys, so now it's time to get into my spooky house decorations. I'm gonna take you around, just show you what I've got going on, and I hope you like it. you.